Hey, it's Anthony with Landside. I came to bring your Greater Metro Denver update for the month. Let's take a look at February's data. What rolled in was 40% more active units. Now, we have seen a huge increase in those, but with that came an increase in under contracts by 6%. So that's good news, even though it's not quite the same. And it seems like the market's pretty stable. 1% basically average sales price increase from this time last year. Our solds are down a little bit year over year. It was a little bit of a tough January as far as under contracts went, but here we are back on pace, right? So I think that's a great sign. If we look detached and attached separately, active units of inventory are doing a little bit different stuff. 33% increase in detached single family homes. It's pretty stable. Obviously, there's a few more sellers than there are buyers, so it's slowly stacking up over time. Jefferson County kind of leads the charge at 41% more, but somewhere like Elbert County only has 18%. So it's fairly similar across the board. If you get into the attached market could not be farther off. It is 55% up, so way more inventory than the detached market. But in certain markets, Adams, Arapahoe, and Jefferson, we have seen astronomically more inventory, 75% or so, right? A lot of these are way up. Now, Broomfield, and it's at basically where it was a year ago. So our inventory levels really are dependent on location, obviously product type, but this is just going to show you that those buyers in this current environment really are preferring detached homes. And a lot of it has to do with affordability, I believe. So if we look at kind of what's coming to market, detached homes coming to market, we're only seeing a 12% increase in this last month of homes coming to market in the detached market, more than it was last year, but it was 3,200 homes, right? That's a very significant amount of homes for a February market. If we get over to the attached market, we saw a 19% increase in active units, but 19 doesn't equal 55. So you just have a way lower amount of buyers out there, 19% more units coming to market. We're way outpacing. Sellers are way more excited about this market than buyers are. So that being said, it does vary market to market, but definitely be mindful of this as you're listing those attached units. Now, if you're looking at it from like how competitive is the market? Across the board, the market's pretty competitive still, right? We're still in a seller's market. Sellers still kind of drive the ship. 2.37 months of inventory. Broomfield and Jefferson County below 2. So those are the hottest markets out there right now. The slowest markets, surprisingly, right now are the city of Denver. So that one is kind of the 2.88 months of inventory, so nearly 3. I think we're probably flirting with balance somewhere around 3 to 4 months of inventory these days. It's a little different than what NAR says, but being that the nation's usually there when we're around 3 or 4 months of inventory, that's kind of where I like to think of a balanced market taking place. So as we kind of approach that spring, we're in spring now, and once we approach that summer market, do expect us to get up to those ranges again where it's a little bit tougher to get your home sold. Days in MLS, though, this should trend down from here through at least May or June. And when it does that, we won't be at 57 like we are now. It takes a couple months just to get a contract, where that is definitely not feeling like that out there in the marketplace, right? Jefferson County might be the fastest at 49, but in the next month or two, that's going to drop by half, just like it does almost every year. So we will see the pace of the market speed up as we're all feeling it in the showings right now. So that's a good sign. If you look at it by price range, though, there's kind of some unique stuff happening here. The luxury market, 1, 2, 3 million, seems like we have a lot more sales taking place up there than we did this time last year. We really felt a slowdown. So it's good to see that picking back up. The bulk and the decrease of our sales is really under 600,000 at this point. So the lower end sales that are really cost prohibitive, still interest rate, kind of hamstrung, that's the ones that are taking so long. And of course, that's where the bulk of the inventory is coming on the market and sitting more so on the market as well. We really are seeing under 800,000, the inventory stack up faster than anywhere else. If you look at it by month supply of inventory and days on market, across the board, there are definitely buyers and they're definitely active. So good stuff priced well is coming to market, and it's going under contract faster. So 48 days, 50 days, 60 days, depending on your price range, you will see contracts. You will see under contracts coming in. But we still have basically 2 months of inventory across most of our price ranges. You get between 1 and 2 million. You only have 2.5 months of inventory. It takes up until above 2 million where you're really starting to feel those buyers markets kick in. We're basically at 5 months of inventory from 2 to 3 million, 7 months of inventory above 3 million. Those are going to stack up quickly as more inventory comes on the market like they do every year. So this is just kind of scratching the surface of what inventory is going to look like going into the spring market, but you can definitely feel it here. Now, if you look at average sales price, there's a good way to talk about this, right? Year over year change, we're at 3%. This is a really good number. Basically, $24,000 is the average homeowner increase. Very few people can put that kind of money in a savings account every year. So it's really important to see that wealth gain, taking place. That's in the detached single family home market, though. And obviously, the spread is all over the board if you look at the counties, but it's still a good investment, right? And it's still very seasonal, as you see. If you look at the attached market, it has just slowly trickled down since about 22 at the peak. It's just not the affordability buy it used to be, right? We've struggled with insurance, we've struggled with HOAs, we've struggled with taxes, all this different stuff's kind of piling up against them. And the attached market really has slightly settled. We talk about 3% drop in price, which is what it kind of looks like here, which is down about $13,000 over the course of the last year. So as you're coaching people into listing homes this year, or you're selling a house yourself, or you're buying one of these, you need to be pretty aggressive on this stuff because it still could settle a little bit until interest rates come down and this becomes a better buy. There's just not enough of these first-time home buyers who can even qualify, yet let alone make a justifiable decision in their head that it could take $1,000 a month more to own the property, very similar to what you're living in. And that's a hard pill to swallow, right? So the attached market is suffering due to lack of buyers out there in the marketplace. Sold units, you can see January outpaced where we were. February came in a little less, but here we are year to date, basically exactly where we were a year ago, basically to be expected, right? We know when interest rates don't change much, buyer behavior doesn't change much. And even though listings are coming back on the market and more listings are coming to market and inventory is rising, buyers control the situation. And with buyers controlling the narrative, it's really on their terms right now. So we're feeling that. It's going to feel a lot like last year up until something drastic changes. So basically kind of par for the course, right? Now, when we look at percentage listed sale price, very similar as well, 99.2% last month. The bulk of that takes place, in the middle of the market, right? Those median homes are so much of the market that you're seeing that 99.2% kind of stay steady. Now it's going to rise a little bit over the next few months that we see traditionally and seasonally. April, May is usually the peak here, maybe into June some years, but for sure last year we really saw that peak April and May. So we're almost to the peak, right? If you want to get a house sold, get it on while you have the most buyers out there per listing, and we're definitely in that part of the market right now. Attached, not that much different, maybe a little bit less, right? But it also is slowing a little bit because of that excess competition. So be mindful of that as you list homes. It's a little bit more difficult in attached than it is detached to get a home sold, and you're going to get a little less value for it, which is really pushing those prices the direction they've been going. Here's the highlight reel if you ever need that 30-second elevator pitch, or you can watch the video again. So reach out to me if you have any questions, need anything else. Always happy to provide you with other data needs as you need them. If you're taking listings or working with buyers in different marketplaces. So don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you again. Have a wonderful day. Bye.